Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I want to show you how to make my Stars at Night triple point card. Hopefully you can see here it's got some embossing on, and then it stands like that with the points, the triple points here. Okay, supplies you need. You'll need a piece of Night of Navy cardstock, and this measures 5 3/4 inches by 8 inches. You'll need 2 pieces of designer series paper. This is all from it was a bit like gold dust, you know, it flew out, especially the ribbon and these little embellishments. So it's this one here. I tried using some other ones. It was it kind of took away, I thought, from the rest of the card, so I've used quite a plain one here. And the beautiful ribbon and these little adhesive-backed star trinkets, which I don't have any left, so mine's going to have to do without that this time. And this hybrid embossing folder here. I didn't actually buy the stamp set and these dies, yeah, or this stamp set. Actually, I just bought that little set there. Okay, so you'll need a scrap of gold glimmer paper. It's an online exclusive. It comes in a pack with 12 by 12 gold and 12 by 12 silver, and you'll also need some gold foil. Oh, and a scrap of vanilla for this, and then also a little scrap to do this little greeting inside, and that actually comes from Brightest Glow, which was around last year, and I love it. So it's, did I use, oh, that one, All Is Merry and Bright. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you. It's actually a lot more simple than it looks, but I think it's really, really effective, and I love how it came out. My class ladies loved it, which is always great as well. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored scoring tool, and on the long side you're going to score at 4 inches, and then turn it to the short side, and you're just going to put a little notch here at 2 7/8, okay, because we just need to know where we're going to cut that point. That's all the scoring. Let's bring out my trimmer. You could do the scoring on the trimmer as well. Especially if I'm doing lots for a class, I tend to do it on my Simply Scored. So we are going to join this from this fold here up to that little notch that we did. So we're going to take off that section, and again the same on this side. Okay, so line up your score line here, and line up your notch in the little groove here, the cutting groove, and just take that piece off. Keep this because we're going to use it for these bits in a minute, and then do the same on this side. So the little point that you've got left, am I still in shot, and the fold here, the score line there, just cut that off as well. So we need to keep those two, and that's what you're left with. So that's going to be the main part of the card here. And I've got a trick as well to show you. Is it a trick? A tip, I guess, to show you how to emboss, because I managed to get this gorgeous star, can you see, lined up underneath as well. Ta-da! So it follows the pattern there. So what I did, this is the embossing folder here. I'm putting the cardstock in from the left hand side. Okay, so this is the front, the one with the Stampin' Up logo, and I'm going in from this side. So first of all, we'll do the little pointed flap of the card. So up to the score line here, you're going to line it up as best you can with that central star here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can see here I've got pretty much an equal distance either side. You're going to run it through the cutting emboss machine like that, so you're going to leave this bit out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. We've got this lovely star there, and I had it like this originally, and then I thought it's a bit plain here. So coming in from the same side again, that's why I've put this little marker here for when we were doing it in class. This time, open up your card, slide the inside in like this, but pull this little flap down, and you're going to try and just line up as best you can this star. Now it won't be perfect because we've got to allow for that ridge coming over there, but you can see you can just about line it up and that's going to go through. Leave this flap out completely, and you're going to put it through the machine like this. So again, I'll be right back in a second. Okay, here we go. Love that embossing folder. So you can see there, we're all lined up on this star pretty much there. So it looks really nice because it all kind of just follows on. Okay, so let me show you what to do with these. Now these will make 2 cards, but you need to cut them in different directions, which is why we can't just use one, because they'll both end up going the same way. And you can see we need one, they're not kind of equal triangles, so we need one going one way, one going the other way. So just show you how to do that. Bring in the trimmer again. So you want one angled that way and one angled that way. Okay, I can't actually see if I'm in shot because my the thing that holds my camera is right in the way there. So first of all, I'm going to do this one here. So we've got it this way round, and this one we're going to keep this way round. So with the point in that top bit and in the groove here, just hold it in place, and then we're just going to cut that one in half. So you can see there we've got both the same shaped triangles, and if we tried to put one on there, it's just not going to work. Okay, but that's good for that one, and this is good for the next card that you make. And then this time we're going to cut it this way. So last time we did that way, this time we're doing this way. So point up in there and in the groove here, just check you've got both ends there. Am I in shot? So, and then cut that one. So this time you've got your 2 triangles going this way. So like I say, keep these ones for your, you can make 2 of these cards out of 1 sheet of cardstock and these pieces of designer series paper, but just make sure, well, you'll know you won't be able to do it with just 1 piece there. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue these on. Now, as always, I haven't tested my glue before I do filming, so, oh, it's coming out. So, and I've left a tiny border on this purposely. Oh, did I tell you the measurements of this? I don't think I did. The actual rectangle of cardstock, what's it called? Designer series paper. So that measured 3 7/8 by 2 3/4. So when it was like this in a rectangle form, it's 3 7/8 by 2 3/4. Okay, and then we've cut it in half. So let's pop this on here. Like I say, tiny border. I don't like the borders being too big. And it doesn't really show against this anyway. So again, glue, oops, not too close to the edge. As she says, going right close to the edge. Oh dear. Okay. And then this one on this piece here. As always, the beauty of our Tombow glue is that you can slide it for a couple of seconds. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and cut some other bits and pieces out of here. So these are the dies that I'm using. You get a lot more in the set. Have I got it here? Yeah, Stars at Night. You get lots in here. All different stars. You get a little kind of banner piece. Beautiful. But I'm using this one here. The big gold star is this one. The little gold one is this one. The very vanilla is this one. And then I've actually used a couple of stitch shaped dies here. They're my kind of go-to if I need some extra. Not that one. I was just going to see which ones I've actually used on here. They're my go-to if I need just some, you know, a square or a circle or a banner. And it fitted really well underneath this one because I didn't want the kind of, I wanted a proper circle edge and I wanted the little detail. So I've used, let's just see here, I've got 2 sets of these. So I've used the 3rd biggest circle and I've used the 2nd biggest square. I used the biggest square I could to get under the flap to write on, but I wanted it to, you know, not show underneath there. Okay, so they're the 2 I've used. So let's go ahead. We need to cut a circle in the gold glimmer and the big star. And then we also need to cut a circle in I had here somewhere a scrap of Night of Navy. So, we're going to just cut another circle before we cut this one. So I'll do all that and I'll be right back. Okay, I've also gone ahead and cut my very vanilla square as well. And then this is the circle in Night of Navy. And then also on this circle here, like I said, we're going to cut this one out. So it doesn't fit perfectly in there, but it fits enough to get all the little holes. So again, I'm going to run that through. And then I also just need to run this one through with a scrap of very vanilla, and this one with a scrap of gold foil. So I'm going to do all those pieces and come right back to you. Okay, so if we can, I'm going to peel this off without the centre coming out. Don't worry if it does, because we just pop it back in, but I want to keep that in there, okay? So again, a bit of poking out of these little holes. Actually, I'm going to take that out because it's going to come out anyway. But we are going to pop it back in, you know, when the time comes. And you could, sorry, I could have done this. I could have done it with the brush while it was still in the dye. It would have probably been a bit quicker, but it won't take long. Just pop these little bits out. But I tried different different combinations on this one, and I was really happy with how it how the design turned out in the end. Sometimes it takes me a little while, but I get there. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these little bits here. Not my gold star, you can stay. Okay, let's get rid of those. So we're going to stick this one with this inside onto here. So it's the same size, and we're just putting it straight onto there. So just with some liquid glue, some of it try and avoid getting it in the little holes, but you know, you may not be able to. I'm going to put that in afterwards actually. So you can pop some glue where there's not a hole. There's some gaps here which are big enough to put a little dot of glue on, one over here. Cool. Okay, so I've got enough glue on there now to stick on here, and you know, things don't love sticking to glimmer paper, but it will. It will. So just make sure those are lined up. So sweet seeing the little sparkly bits through. Okay, and then yeah, some glue on here, and that's going to stick in the middle. Just going to get it so that it sticks quite well in there. You could leave it without if you wanted, but I like seeing it, the gold ones up against that Night of Navy. Okay, that's not sticking too well there, so I'm just going to peel that up and put a little bit there. It'll dry clear anyway, so don't worry if a little bit kind of comes through. It won't show. It might not look too shiny gold, but that's fine. Okay, so that's stuck down. With the gold glimmer star, this has got adhesive on the back, but I'm going to pop a dimensional on the back of here because I want these to kind of layer up in different ways. So I'm just going to grab a dimensional. Okay, so just one under the center. And that. And you can fold these up a little bit if you want. It has got the little creases in the middle, but I didn't worry too much. I was quite happy with how that was standing up. So on there, the vanilla one, just going to glue down. It's not often I use vanilla actually, but obviously it was in the papers, so that was my choice for now. Whoops, like I say, things don't love sticking to foil, but it will. And then my little foil star here, just going to put a mini dimensional on the back of that one, or you can snip, you know, part of snip another one in half there. Okay, so that one is going to, oops, bent one of the little pieces there. I'm going to have that going that way. And like I say, if you have, oops, let's move the little one in the middle. I didn't leave it long enough to to stick, but it will. And like I say, if you have any of these little stars left, do pop one on there. It will still look lovely like this, but they just finished those off. But I ran out in my class. Well, I just had enough for everyone in class, so very fortunate, because they did sell out. Okay, so on this piece here, we're going to stamp, and we're going to stamp on the diagonal because that's how it's going in there. And I used the Merry and Bright in Night of Navy. Okay, so let's make sure I've got my stitching the right way up. And then ink this, upside down. Ink this up. I think I need to ink up, re-ink my pad, but I'm just going to pop it roughly in the centre there. Ish. Not quite, but nearly. Okay, pop that to one side. So, how to put these pieces on to make the other 2 points. Let's bring our card back in. This is how I did it. Other people made it in a different way, but this is the way I found best. So, I'm going to line up each of the points on the side of the cardstock. So I don't want everything sticking out everywhere. So you can line up 2 points and find, oh, I'm off here. So we want it to stick in the envelope, obviously. So have a little play around and see when you've got these 3 points pretty much hitting the edges of here. And then obviously we just want to put glue under this section here. So flip that over. If you're not sure how far up to do it, just do less for now, and we can always pop a little glue dot in or something, okay, because we definitely don't want it sticking to here. So again, roughly have these 2 sides down, and then before you stick this one down for sure, just put it where you think you need it to be. There, okay, and the same with this one. So you want the kind of thinner pieces, the thinner points going up to the center. So again, this one's going to hit these 2 sides, yeah, and this one at the top, we're just going to swivel around until we've got that roughly in the right place there, okay, and they're going to cross over here. So let's do the same up the top here. Pop some Tombow on, and you do need something quite strong on this, because especially on this top one, because it's going to stick over these 2 layers. So like I say, line up the 2 edge pieces first, and then roughly know where you're going with the top one, about there, and then stick that down. And like I say, if you need to, you could pick this up and put a little bit more glue underneath, but I think mine looks fine. So that's how you get your triple point. How cool is that? Love it. Yeah, so no measuring there really, other than you just cut that off and it's just these pieces that are measured. I'm going to go ahead and stick this one in the middle as well. So just make sure with this one you don't stick it too close to the crease, because we want it to be able to shut, but equally just have a quick check you've got it quite centrally, and that it's not going to probably line it up with this star down here, that it's not going to show wherever you've positioned it. Okay, so that one goes in. I did try and work out how to you know, put something that measured up pretty much with that, and it was just too complicated. I couldn't figure it out, so I thought, fine, we'll just do a square as a diamond instead. Okay, so with the ribbon, which again was like gold dust, but thankfully I needed some for my Christmas retreat, so I did have some. And you need, I've cut quite a lot here. I want to be quite generous, because, you know, this is it's a fancy card. I really wanted it to be quite luxurious, so I'm going to cut, how much did I say here? 13 inches, okay? So let's, oh, got a little join in mine there. I'm going to take that off. It happens sometimes with ribbons. They join some pieces together, which is a little bit annoying, but that's how it goes. It doesn't happen too often. Okay, so I'm going to do a loop here. Like I say, I want quite a bit kind of showing out of either side, but also I need it to fit in an envelope. So kind of like this. I might put it a bit more of an angle here. And what I do is I put a glue dot. I hold it in place here, and I put a glue dot. Let me see what I've done with mine. Just underneath, sorry, just in between the 2 layers of ribbon. So I just pull this top one back, pop one there, and it kind of fixes it underneath as well. So you've kind of got it in place. If you want to, you could put another one underneath, but you probably don't really need to. And then on the back of here, I've put some dimensionals. How have I lost them? It literally, literally 2 minutes ago. So I just put a little trio on the back. Backing this off. And I don't like where that went in the middle there, but I'm going to stick with that. And then I've put that, you know, so that it's central to this star here, central to the top bit there, okay? And then I finished this all off with my favourite Festive Pearls. So let's pop a couple of the gold ones on there. I have to say they're the ones I've used the most this year because they seem to have gone with all. So you can see, like, I'm kind of down. Got lots of silver left, but yeah, the gold went with more things this year. So I've popped one in the middle of that star there. A star or a snowflake? Star. And then you can just pop them wherever you like. I'm going to use that one there, maybe one down here in the middle of that snowflake. I'm going to pop, because I don't have another thing here, I'm going to, do I like that? That's okay. Okay, so there we have it. I really hope you enjoy making my Stars at Night triple point card. Take care. See you soon. Bye.